The Kokomi banner has finally been officially released by MiHoYo, and let's just say the banner has some godly 4 stars. Now these 4 stars on Kokomi's banner are actually Shengshou, Beto, and Zarya, some of the best support 4 stars in the entire game. A lot of people said they were going to war on the Kokomi banner, but this might just sway a lot of people. And then of course Kokomi is on it, which is going to be a 5-star healer character, but from her abilities and her burst have been shown, a lot of people aren't really excited about it. And also she's a healer, so she's not really in the meta right now. The only thing helping her out right now in the game is the corrosive status on floor 11, but other than that, healers just aren't the best in Genshin. But these 4 stars are literally insane, some of the best 4 stars in the game. So let me just do a quick overview of all those 4 stars. Okay, first let's talk about Beto. Beto is literally one of the best supports in the game, just like all these other 4 stars. She can do massive electro damage, and her elemental burst is actually insane. Basically, her elemental burst allows you to chain lightning to a whole bunch of enemies around your vicinity as you're attacking them, so it's really helpful and really good at blocking reaction and just doing raw damage. If you do plan on winning on this banner, the main constellations you want for on Beto is Constellation 2 and Constellation 6. Constellation 2 just allows her bursts lightning to jump between 2 additional targets, and actually if you have 2 targets that you're fighting, the lightning can bounce back between the 2 targets, so you just do a whole lot of damage to those 2 targets. And Constellation 6 is also insane because it just decreases the electro resistance of all the surrounding opponents. So the main giant constellations you want in Constellation 2 and 6 on your Beto. And Beto is just an amazing character. Next, let's talk about Shengshou. Shengshou is also one of the best characters in the game. If you see a 4-star team comp online, there's a 90% chance it has Shengshou in it. That's how good he is. And basically, literally all of his constellations are literally just an upgrade. There's no bad constellations on Shengshou. But if you do want to go for specific constellations on your Shengshou, Constellation 2, 4, and 6 are actually crazy. Constellation 2 just decreases the opponent's high resistance, which is always just really good to do more damage. Constellation 4 increases his elemental skill damage while his elemental burst is active, so his damage is going to be going through the roof, so it's just really amazing. And then Constellation 6 also just enhances Shengshou's burst and makes him do a lot more swords on hits. So his constellations are really amazing, and he's just an amazing character overall. He can help your team do a whole lot of vaporize and electrocharge reactions, and his utility is just insane. And next up, Zarya is also a crazy character that increases your whole entire team's crit rate, and her elemental burst also does massive cryo damage and constantly pulses doing more cryo damage. And her 2 passives just help your team increase their crit rate, like this one increases your team's crit rate after they use their elemental skill, and increases the crit rate even further after you use the elemental burst. The main constellation I recommend you get for Zarya is Constellation 2, which increases the elemental burst duration by 4 seconds. The normal duration of the elemental burst is 8 seconds, so you get basically a 50% duration buff if you get this constellation. Constellation 6 is also good if you're wanting a physical damage dealing team, but it's also just not really that needed. So yeah, these 4 stars on her banner are actually insane. They're they're really extremely good. We're getting back-to-back banger banners. Once again, there's not a lot of hype around Kokomi. A lot of people seem to be not liking her kit, and also healers aren't just meta right now. But of course, if you do just really like Kokomi and the way she looks, then I do recommend pulling on this banner, because you're going to get some amazing 4 stars and 4-star constellations. But if you don't want to get Kokomi, I don't know. Just look at your pity, and maybe do 1 temple, you know? Just maybe a little bit of a temple. But any further than that, I don't know. If you like Kokomi, then you like Kokomi, then you might as well roll, but I don't know. If you really don't want Kokomi that badly, I do not recommend pulling on this banner, because you're gonna get Kokomi and then you're gonna get angry. But also, the weapon banner was released by MiHoYo as well, and the 5 stars on it are actually pretty crazy. It has the Primordial Jade Cutter and the Everlasting Moonglow as the 5-star weapons. Everlasting Moonglow is, of course, a specifically made weapon for Kokomi. The Everlasting Moonglow actually has an HP percent substat, and its weapon stat says healing bonus increased by 10%. Normal attack damage is increased by 1% of max HP, but also for 12 seconds after using the elemental burst, normal attacks that hit opponents will restore 0.6% of energy. So of course this is specifically made for Kokomi, has HP percent, healing bonus, and can regenerate some energy, so you can also put this on your Barber if you get this as well. But also, I do not recommend going for this weapon because, yeah. We already have 13 Tails of Dragon Slayers, which arguably does have a better passive and also has HP percent substat, so you might not want to get this one. But the Primordial Jade Cutter is actually insane. The Primordial Jade Cutter has a crit rate substat and increases max HP and gives you a more of attack bonus based on your max HP. So it's really good for like most sword people. I've heard that Mist Splitter with Forge is better at higher refinement, so if you do have Mist Splitter with Forge, it might be better. But Primordial Jade Cutter is also a pretty good sword to put on your characters as well. But honestly, this banner has some kind of dookie 4-star weapons. The flute kinda sucks, the Favonius Codex is alright for energy recharge like on maybe a Mona, but other than that it's kinda really garbage. The Dragon's Bane is actually pretty good for maybe a Jangling if you don't have the catch or using the catch on someone else like Raiden Shogun. The Favonius Greatsword is alright, but we are getting a new like fish type claymore that could be better than the Favonius Greatsword, so I also don't recommend porting for this weapon. The main weapon that's really good on this banner for the 4 stars is Stringless, which is really good on Fischl, really good on Venti, it's really good on a lot of the bow characters. But of course, if you see my other videos, I do not recommend porting on weapon banners at all. Especially if you're free to play, and it's even more especially with these kinda dog water 4-star weapons. So I'd say stay clear away from this banner, cause also if you get the Everlasting Moonglow, I'm going to assume you're going to be pretty mad. So in conclusion, Kokomi's banner is actually insane, but a lot of people don't want Kokomi yourself, so if you do roll, be careful and try not to get Kokomi if you don't want it. Unless you do want it, then roll all you want, go crazy. We don't know her constellations yet either, so maybe she'll get actually insane with constellations. Just mainly wait a few days when she comes out and then decide on rolling. It's always best to do that before just rolling on the first day as soon as the banner comes out. And also, the weapon banner, stay away. I do not recommend putting on the weapon banner if you're free to play. Just don't even try, because if you get that catalyst and you don't want Kokomi, you're gonna be mad. So yeah, that's basically all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.